I just wanted to hop on here and say I'm sorry for the audio. My microphone wasn't working properly, but we didn't notice until after the episode was done. So I'm going to be a little extra annoying on this one. And if you're wondering about this weird photo you're looking at, if you're watching on YouTube, this will make more sense when you listen to the episode. And you get a little sneak peek, a visual of what we talk about. Anyways, enjoy the episode.
You ready? I'm ready. How are you ready to party? I'm ready to party. Party. I got my blanket because I'm very warm. What? And also, I'm very warm. I got a blanket. Starting this out well, making a lot of sense. If you hear a dog slurping, it's my dog drinking water in the corner. Hillary will try to blame that sound on me, but don't fall for it. I'm very warm. If you hear that weird sound, it's my mom's stomach. And she's wearing a blanket because she's warm, you guys. All right, let's go. So, sorry we are late to the party. Putting this out. We were late to the party. We did try to record something on Thursday. Things got heated. We were remote. We don't like doing them remote because it's not fun. It's stressful. And then there's a delay.
Yeah, just screaming her in person.
Yeah, exactly. Scream. Yeah, so this episode we're doing a recap of
Bread in the News, New York City. Now, before this, I'd only been in New York in my life maybe a half dozen times.
Me?
New York City, yeah.
Is that true? 2 times with me.
Yeah, maybe a half dozen times.
Wow, that doesn't seem correct. Well, you got a This Is Where out of it.
I did.
Yeah, we did do a This Is Where, a couple of them there. So, how did we get to New York? Let me tell you a little tale. It was my mom's 71st birthday. And I said, you know what? She's getting old. Better bring her to the big city before we can't.
Before it's so much truth to that.
Before it's too late. Can you stop breathing in my microphone?
It's too late, baby.
So
I'm just going to sing the beginnings of songs all the way through here.
Oh, that will be so great. Everyone will love that.
Okay.
My dog is just breathing into my microphone.
I love you. I think I'll stop now.
Yeah. I think you should stop. So anyways, I came across Cole Escola's new Broadway play, Oh Mary, through friends who had gone to see it, and I had seen a couple things online about it and had realized that Cole Escola was following us on TikTok. So
cool.
I took that as a sign, because everything's a sign. I thought about it until we've done things together where it's like almost nearly impossible for my mom to like get in or like sit down somewhere. So that was really another selling point for me to buy tickets, because we were able to get accessible seats. And
it was very easy.
It was so easy. So we classically didn't book the hotel until about like 4 nights before we went. And speaking of accessibility, we specifically asked for an accessible hotel room. However, when I got in the van, my mom was like, I don't think I'll ever get off this toilet. So we had to switch rooms. Our flight on the way there got canceled, so we had to rent a car, which ended up being so fun. We had a little road trip for 5.5 hours, and it went by pretty quickly.
Yes, part of the reason it flew by so quickly was we watched 3 episodes.
We listened. Yeah, we watched anything.
We listened to 3 episodes of, are you ready? Ourselves.
If that does not make you hate us, I don't know what will.
No, that's ridiculous.
But we forget.
And we're often saying to each other, did we talk about this on the...
Yeah.
It's like, I need to... And I keep saying, I need to listen to all these and write down everything we talked about.
Yeah. But then we got sick of hearing ourselves.
Yeah.
And as you do. And my mom started falling asleep and we were still listening to it. And I was like, I cannot be sitting alone listening to my mom talk while she's sleeping.
back like this with her mouth wide.
Yeah. But we did, so we got to talk about the Today Show. We missed Seth Meyers, but we did get to go to the Today Show. And we got up at 5.
Yeah.
And got over there by
like 6:15.
6:15, yeah. And we were tired. I couldn't figure out.
We didn't do anything about our looks.
No, not much. I put a hat on, thought that would solve everything and hide me away, but that certainly wasn't true.
We weren't worried about being.
Well, so I don't know. If you're listening and you've been to the Today Show, I would love to hear your experience, because in my head, and it's certainly like growing up and seeing it on TV, because my mom watches it still all the time. Mm-hmm. And I thought there were going to be thousands of people there. And so we get there like early and there's maybe like 7 people in line. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're there at 6:15. The show starts at 7.
Yeah, so I'm like, are we like, it just felt like, I thought there was going to be like at least 40 to 50 people waiting in line. And there's a family behind us making a sign to hold, which was very cute. I can't find an open coffee shop anywhere. So I am like extra. I'm like
in the fog, worse than me.
I was done for. The only thing what open was Starbucks, which I refused to go to.
And it's like, I need coffee. Do you think I have time to go get coffee over here?
Oh, I looked at every.
I totally get that because I have the same.
I looked at every coffee option around, and oddly, most of them didn't open until 7:30 or 8. We roll up into the Today Show. We go through security, and
they said they were wonderful. The people. The guy said, "Okay, it's going to be kind of like going through the airport security." He said, and please, don't bring in any knives or any weapons and anything sharp or whatever. So when I get up there, I very timidly said, I have to confess that I have a pair of tweezers in me. And he looked at me like,
and if
I think you're good. I don't think they're going to.
If you saw my New York recap TikTok, you'll see why she had the tweezers. She's got some really chin hairs,
which I did not expect would become part of a TikTok. I agreed to the TikTok being produced because that part being published, only because I was thinking, oh, well, being in the middle of the TikTok, none of my former students are going to see me watching my chin hairs. So she puts it up there, and usually I also read her comments ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I approved this message. But I read her comments afterwards. What did you write about?
Well, because you read the captions I put, but then I put a comment underneath that said something like, really hoping all of my mom's former students see this video of her plucking her chin hair.
Yeah, very.
And then one responded and said, couldn't be worse than the time her scarf went in the toilet and she came back to the class to tell us. So I'd say my comment was worth it, at least for me, because I hadn't heard that story. I didn't know about your scarf in the toilet.
Well, I had forgotten it too. There's been so many things have fallen in the toilet through the years,
including yourself.
Me. One time, if I can digress for a second, one time I had a student who we're in the middle of English class, and I look over and he's cracking up, or his friends are looking at what he's got on his desk. And he's taken a picture of me or drawn a picture of me with, I can't remember if it was a beard or a mustache, but one of the two.
Yeah.
Hair on my face. And I said to him, oh, Thomas, if I'd known you, you'd wanted to see me with hair on my face, I wouldn't have shaved this morning.
I'm sure Thomas loved that.
I can imagine. I can't remember how the class reacted. Oh, besides, but I think they were probably all groaning.
Yeah, but I also think that was part of why you work so well with middle schoolers.
Because I admitted that I had hair on my chin.
Yeah, and I think
hair on my chin.
Not many boomers would just be like, you are kind of a middle schooler at heart.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Beyond it.
No, yeah. I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I know. It must be embarrassing.
Yeah. I'm kind of more the adult now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so What were you talking about? Oh, Today Show.
The Today Show, and the guy let me bring in my tweezers.
Yeah, that could have ended badly.
Yeah, would have been
embarrassing. Started taking my chin hairs out. She might have said, "Al Roker, get over here."
This thing about those tweezers where they're special tweezers.
For
my stepdaughter, I borrowed her tweezers one day, and I said, "These are awesome." Next thing I know, she mailed me a pair. Why do they call them a pair of tweezers? It's one tweezer.
Do they call them a pair of tweezers, or do you call them a pair? A pair of tweezers. Well, I can't tell if you've just brainwashed me.
No, I know. I think it's a thing. I think that's what you say, a pair of tweezers.
Is it because it's like, whoop, whoop, like a pair?
Yeah, I think it's because it's like, whoop, whoop. That's when you know to use the word hair.
It's like a pair of scissors.
Exactly. Whoop, whoop.
Yes. Well, it was Al Roker's birthday. I should have brought oh, no, we got one head. Between the two of us.
Emotions that went through there.
I thought I should have brought the head. Al Roker's head. I had his head on a stick.
If you want to see Al Roker's head on a stick, then tune into our New York City
TikTok
or Instagram.
Yeah.
You should tune into that at any rate. I think it's one of our funnier ones.
Well, she's also pretty she's pretty mad because it didn't get the traction she thought it deserved on our TikTok. I wonder if we should repost it. So we end up, because there's only about 5 people, the producers come out, and that wasn't why.
No, quite.
Oh, because you're like, oh, it was our shining personalities and how charming we are. That's not true, because if you saw the footage, which some food truck in Saco certainly saw the footage, shout out, they posted.
That was very nice of them.
It was it? Yes. I feel like it was an old enemy of mine. He said, oh my God, watch how bad Hilary's looking. I'm going to tell everyone. Okay, we'll get back to that because that is extremely funny. We got chosen to yell, Bucksport, Maine! The producer comes over and is like, where are you guys from? And we're like, well, how many different cities we could tell you. And she's like, okay, I don't care. Go pick one. Not that she didn't care, but she was just like, okay, we need you to say one.
Yeah, right.
So we said Bucksport, which in hindsight is so funny. And
we are filming this currently in Bucksport.
Yeah, that's true. But
you did go to 2 years of Bucksport High School.
2 years. Yeah. Anyways,
it wasn't a lie.
Oh God, you're obsessed with not lying.
I think that's a good thing.
You're obsessed with it. No, it wasn't a lie, but it wasn't something I want to be shouting. Bucksport, Maine. So they come over to make us film it.
The thing is, Hillary hadn't curled her hair or put on any makeup.
Yes, and I hadn't had any caffeine.
Right.
So
all of those things were also accurate for me.
And I never had hats, so I just felt, I think I was like truly feeling like.
I remember the producer touched her hat and made you move it up.
Touched my hat? I don't.
Yeah. She went something like that to your hat.
Oh. Yeah, they're like, we can't see your eyes.
Right.
And I'm like, good. Nobody needs to see this face right now. Can't a mouse just be saying,
I'm not texting everybody going,
what made?
Texting everybody going, oh my God, we got chosen to do a shout out to Bucksport.
She never decided to Bucksport. I some of these texts because I'm in group chats and it was like, chosen to do a shout out. That's all she said. No context. And so they finally come to film us. We had to do it twice because
we weren't good the first time.
We were bad the first time. It's like I blacked out. And so then we do it the second time, and my body language said everything it needs. I was like this. if you're not looking, my shoulders were like up at my ears, and then because I was like trying to see under my hat, because when they gave me that advice, it's like I lost all control over using my body. It's like Bucksperman, and we just sounded dead inside, and I think I kind of was.
I think you need to splice that in here. She's so embarrassed she won't even let me send it to people.
I don't even have it on my phone. I have the video. I do have the video of you that I directed. I mean, someone said recently, maybe it was my cousin yesterday, I love how she turned around and did that thing with her glasses. She's so funny. And I said, I made her do that. I'm telling her how. But yeah, we were told it was going to play at a certain time, so we knew when we were going to come up on the screen. So if you go to Instagram or TikTok, you can see in our vlog. I'm going to push in the vlog here because I want more. You can see a clip of us saying Bucksport, Maine.
Oh yeah,
and
anyway, it was pretty exciting and hilarious. At least to me, it was hilarious that we go to the Today Show and get chosen to do it. We weren't like calling attention to ourselves or anything.
No, I actually would have preferred not to have been on the Today Show if I had the choice. I mean, I want to be on the Today Show, but I want to be being interviewed. But it was Al's birthday, so we ended up getting these like Al's faces on a stick, and we had to hide them from Al.
Yep.
What else? You were able to come in there freely.
Yeah, that was baffling.
Amazing. Like
they told us we could go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, we could even go to the bathroom. Can you believe it?
Amazing.
Yeah, so I asked one of the security people to direct me into their favorite coffee shop. So I went and got us some awesome coffees. They were really good. After I embarrassed myself on TV. And the producers were amazing. It was really cool to just see like how it works on live TV, because everyone seemed so chill and everyone seemed to love their jobs there.
Yeah, it was fair. They were really,
you kind of want to enter there.
All of them. And even when the Hoder and Savannah, etc. came out, they were so good with the audience. Now I know that they're used to it and that this part of their job.
They were taking selfies, but like even
very relaxed.
Yeah, everyone seemed very chill, and like, granted, we were there on a Tuesday morning, and it was great.
Yeah, Hillary wasn't too impressed with them being famous, though.
I just don't get Star Trek. That I also don't get.
I'd like to play a little clip here.
What? How was that made? One Paul. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they could hear all that. I hope so.
I just want to know that over the I smile. If you can't tell by that audio, I am in the shower. Just talking, yes, yelling my
whatever she's saying to me,
yelling my shower thoughts at my mom, saying, I'm struck. Sorry. Okay. For this moment, just to sit up, we thought about it. I'm like, I gotta bring that up. We had to do the podcast. Actually, when I did it, I was thinking I'd just send it to you. I got myself saying, well, if it was Peter Gallagher, seeing it, I did get starstruck. I think that is why that was my reaction.
In airport, we already talked about.
Yeah, we were on the same plane.
Okay.
He looked at me like he knew me. What the hell?
That's the dryer.
Oh, mine sings a little song. Yours is quite unpleasant. You should teach it a song.
So we went to the Today Show, stayed there till 8:30, and then they were going to do the cooking segment.
And then we were like, we don't care about cooking. We care about eating. So he went to my
restaurant right beside the
plaza.
And I think there were people in there that worked in the industry.
In the industry?
In the industry.
Yeah. God, I got some industry at home. Dust. All right. So, oh, yeah, but also this place was a fancy brunch place where people were having like business meetings. The women next to us were intriguing. My mom and I sat quietly.
We are people watchers. We don't just care about ourselves. We are people watchers. I like to proclaim that.
There's many fun staff. I swear that's on purpose.
We are people watchers.
Yeah, we are. We are farmers.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. So the two women that sit down on the same side of the table, and then a third comes in, introduced herself to one of them. So she knew one of them, introduced herself to the other one. The third woman to appear, who had just met this other woman, talked about herself
the entire time.
The entire brunch.
It was a long time.
The entire brunch.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, meanwhile, we're imagine talking about yourself for 40 minutes.
Clearly, there was something wrong with her.
My goodness. Meanwhile, it's like us looking off after just being accosted by a television camera on the plaza at 5 a.m. Oh, it wasn't 5 a.m. It was like 7 a.m. And we have a giant owl worker just sitting on a bag next to us at the table. They're probably like talking about us right now on their podcast. So that was amazing. That actually was like, that was one of my highlights, because when I think the Today Show, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this with like boomer parents, but like you had the Today Show on every morning and you were like, whether every morning, it's just like chaos. It just reminds me of you being chaos in the morning.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not funny. No.
It is funny. Yeah. That though, this woman, to this day, when I stay the night here and in the morning, she's listening to the Today Show at full. When I talk full blast, I mean volume 100% up, and she's drying her hair.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
I have a line in my diary about how Barbara Walters, who of course was the great host of the Today Show, how I needed to get up early in the morning because I wanted to watch Barbara Walters' last day.
Ooh, wow.
So what?
So I've been watching the Today Show longer than you.
So I really, with the Today Show too, in terms of getting ready in the morning, like if I knew if at 7:25 when the local news started for 5 minutes, I think they still do it that way, then I needed to be out the door.
Oh,
although, before the weather came on. Or whatever. Certain you could time.
It was like your alarm, kind of.
Because they have such a precise schedule.
Yeah.
They used to. I think they probably spread it out a little.
Yeah. So yeah, that was awesome. Then we went and napped after that. Because that was the night of the big Broadway show, Oh Mary. We napped. I actually napped a little bit, then I left for a few hours to go just like walk around, and my mom slept for I don't know 4
No, I went down to Times Square by myself. I didn't tell you.
Oh yeah, okay. You dress up in that gorilla suit and
It's your side gig for the weekend. Pay for the rental car. So I went. She napped for a while, which ended up being great. We went at a good pace for you, I think. And then we were like, "Where will we get dinner? Where in the world should we get dinner?" We chose the Hard Rock Cafe.
It was a good choice, except the music playing too loudly.
Yeah, but I loved watching all the music videos.
Yeah. No, what Hillary loved was that the bartender maybe pretended, maybe was being legit, probably pretended.
Okay.
And he thought Hillary was like, well, it couldn't possibly be her real age. It must be 10 years young.
Asked me for my ID because I got a cocktail, and I showed it to him, and he was like, no way. There's no way. I was like, yeah, it's true. And then he has this coworker come over, and he's like, how old does she look? This man stared at me silently for a little too long. He's investigating my face. He was just like, he was like looking at my ring, my where crow's feet and like my smile lines, and he just goes 32. Like, he's very close. I am 34, so I gotta sleep. Come in.
There used to be a guy at Old Orchard Beach. They did it for years and years that guessed your weight.
I don't like that.
Or I guess you could. He guessed a lot of things. Yeah. Can you imagine?
No.
Going up there and say, guess my weight?
Oh, God. That's my nightmare.
Yeah. Wouldn't like that. I don't know. Sorry for that tangent. But the Hard Rock Cafe was good, except that it was constant music.
Yeah.
Rock music.
I knew that because it's called Cafe.
I know.
We had a good time there, though, and we did do a photo shoot in the bathroom before. I need to post those pictures because that was a...
What bathroom? At the Hard Rock?
No. That's Escola. No, I was thinking about how we got dressed up and wore special outfits to the Broadway show because I hadn't been to Broadway since high school.
And I hadn't been to Broadway since I went and saw Naked People because those were the only tickets we could get.
With a dad.
My dad on my left side and your father on my right, or vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't married to your dad yet.
You went to see Nudies out of wedlock? That's crazy.
It was intense. Like, we felt, at that time, like we paid $26, I think, for the tickets each.
Wow.
And at that time...
Just so you know, the tickets I spent on you were not $26.
At that time, you could, or so we thought, but you could just, like, not make plans ahead of time, basically. You could just get tickets. They had lots of tickets they sold on the day up.
Oh, yeah.
However, that's not really... Of course,
they still
accurate.
Well, they still
probably
do that. Yeah, they didn't like hold tickets for like they're cheaper. Like you can hold out, and I'm sure if you live there, then you can be like, oh, maybe I'll get into Hamilton, right, or whatever.
Right. But, yeah, we were hoping to see something else, but the way it turned out, we saw
Nudies.
Old Calcutta.
Oh, okay.
That was the name of it. And
yeah,
to sit there with your father, well, your grandfather, but I mean, the idea.
You also my father, though. They were both there.
But I have something to tell you.
I did have a very old dad.
My God. Two people crack each other up. Sorry.
I gotta be honest, I think you're cracking yourself up right now.
I was sitting there with my father and my boyfriend,
also known as my father.
Hillary's father. I don't want to hit family history stories. I was sitting there It was just like, I just remember going, oh my God. It's so embarrassing. And
Were they nude the whole time?
much of the time, maybe all the time. I don't remember the specifics.
No.
Probably what's that word when you try to
Dementia?
dementia is when you try to forget. Sorry, we're not making fun of dementia. Oh my God, off the railings. Anyway,
Off the rails, not the railings.
so I had written down a few This Is Where's. Now, though, some of you who listen to this podcast, probably most of you, don't even know what we're talking about when we say that This Is Where's, because that's a separate platform, TikTok and Instagram.
You have a frog in your throat.
Where we post these videos.
I think a lot of people do know about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hillary had said, Mom, you've got to have some This Is Where's in New York City. And like, I get in a panic and I'm like, she's telling me I got to have some.
You act like I'm like, you're under a dictatorship.
So I had come up with some and I realized I had 5 or 6 trips to New York City.
Yeah. They were good. I think they were
More information. So God love my current husband. I texted him and said,
Oh, yeah.
in the guest bedroom, please pull out notebook number 42. It's a great big notebook. Go to, I've forgotten the date, but go to October 18th and please make a photocopy of all the pages of that day's entries, because that's when I went with Bob, also known as your
My father.
to New York City. And my current husband, Gil, also known as your stepfather, was very obliging, and he immediately sent me like 7 pages about our trip to New York. So I was able to get more specific details.
Yeah.
Because I really do have this, it's foolish in one respect, but it's really great in another. I really do have this obsession with getting things accurate, even on these silly.
Oh, boy, does she.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, we were, and I wanted you to just be like, let's just do this building. And she was like, absolutely not. We are finding the correct building. And I'm glad you did. It was really cool. We got to go do your grandmother's. No, also known as my great-grand. And find that building for This Is Where, doing it for her,
Right.
which
I
is really
recently
cool.
discovered my grandmother's diary from 1926 when she was 15. And she had like this rich benefactor cousin who took her to, or cousins, who took her to New York City. And she had written...
Where are these cousins? Are we still related to rich benefactor cousins?
You should look that up.
Yeah.
Well,
If you're a rich benefactor cousin,
if your last name is Keniston, because this guy's name was
Okay,
Bill
yeah.
Keniston.
get us money.
Oh.
Really? I have 3 pairs of shoes.
Anyway, I went there and read her diary
Yeah,
and made a kind of a funny little, I like that little video.
me too. Yeah, you should go and watch it.
I should.
Yeah, because you probably already forgot. Can I just take a step back and bring us back into the Hard Rock Cafe for a moment?
Yep.
So,
I'm just picturing myself going backwards.
yeah, we're rewinding the tape.
Okay.
So we're back in the Hard Rock Cafe, and we had both been sitting silently for a while, and I was having a pretty crazy thought, and I'll tell you what my thought was. I was like, I wonder if we'll ever evolve to no longer have to pee or poop, because I really had to pee in the moment, and then I was like, I wonder if humans will ever evolve to not have to do that. Although most living things do have to do that. Whatever. So I was like, that's a weird thought. And then I say out loud to my mom, I think we'd been silent for about 10 minutes. And she just sitting,
Imagine that.
sitting at the bar, just listening to rock music. And I go, what are you thinking about right now? She laughs so hard. And do you want to tell them what you said to me?
Yeah, I was thinking about what if I died right now? How would you get my body back to Maine? That's literally what I was
So I'm glad I asked.
because neither Hillary or I have filters. So, so what I'm thinking, I feel like obliged. It's like that accuracy thing. I feel like obliged to tell him what I'm thinking.
I got to tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad you were honest.
How would you get my body back to Maine?
I don't know. You really had me thinking about this. I'm a little speechless because I did have to already bring one parrot.
Well, I'm sorry. Once again,
I did accept him, so I wouldn't know what to do. This one might be a little easier. We're a little closer, actually.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Okay, so dinner was done. Dinner was served. We leave. We go to the theater. Most people are not dressed up like we are. We really.
Oh, I had this vision of it was like a 70s.
Yeah, and I think you had put that in my head. But I'm glad you did. We wanted to dress up. We wanted to be in New York dressing up. We don't do that.
Not overdressed by any means.
No. We had fun. Yeah, you did. We got her a new outfit.
Sheer. It wasn't just this.
Yeah, it wasn't just this. Don't worry. But yeah, we got you a new outfit while we were in New York, and I loved it. You look so
fast. We went to the store.
Yep.
Yep.
And she looks great. And then we looked very 70s, I feel.
Good.
Or I was more 60s.
I looked more like 71.
Yeah. And I looked 16, according to the bartender.
Yeah.
Depending on which one you asked.
You remember when he said, "You two are good people"?
Yeah. We aren't. I think we're great actresses, for sure.
Clearly, we're great actresses. We can change our personality.
Because we are working on a play.
Well, it's true.
Let's tell people about
Well,
in it.
be acting in it, but I'm playing myself.
Yeah, that's true. I'm saying,
Which is the same thing as being you.
yeah, it is true.
It's
Never.
You'll be Oscar worthy. Yes, we are writing.
Can we get an Oscar for a play?
Well, they ask Cole,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no, you get a. What is that called for a play? It's not an MA. What's the other thing?
Oh, Kids' Choice Award?
Tony.
A participation certificate?
Tony.
Okay, yeah, a Tony Award, yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely be getting one of those.
I guess I was in my head. This play would lead to a film.
Yeah, me too. We have written a film in our heads.
Yeah,
Well, it's actually
I'm not sure we have the same film in each of our heads, but
Yeah, I think we do. It's a short series. It's more of a short series on HBO, if anything.
okay.
The play, I guess I didn't really have any. I knew it would probably be amazing, but I didn't have any expectations. It exceeded every expectation.
Right.
It was incredible.
It was fantastic. So funny. So hard to explain. It's one of those literary situations where you just can't explain it. You just have to.
Yeah, and when you do
experience it.
explain it, people are like, "What?" And I'm like, "You just have to see it. Like, you just have to see it." I wish I could see it 15 more times.
Yeah.
It meant a lot to be able. I feel like we were meant to go see it. It felt inspiring.
And a shout out to Cole.
Yeah.
What a performance!
Oh my God.
Funny.
The physical comedy of it all, the quick wit, you just have to be so smart to do that.
And she wrote it.
Yeah, they wrote it. But at the interview you had sent me with Cole saying that they had that idea since 2009, but loved it too much to do it until it felt right. I thought that was really cool.
And how, in a creative process, how sometimes things have to percolate for a while too.
Yeah.
Not just timing, but like, before you even write.
When it's ready.
Yeah. It was so good. It was one act, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And the other actors were also very talented.
So good.
Very funny.
Please, if you have the means to go see it, do it. It is worth every penny. I wish there was like a genuine part of me who thought about rebooking another trip to New York to go see it.
I know.
Because I just loved it so much.
And it's been extended just till November then.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine that play being produced without Cole in the lead role.
No. It can't ever be in.
I know.
It was just, it was incredible.
Oh, so much.
I have nothing but great things to say about it.
I just can't imagine those actors. They do 8 performances a week.
Yeah.
Broadway.
Wild. And like, it's so physical. The whole thing is so physical that they must be exhausted after. I mean, but like,
and then afterwards, they probably have people that come to the dressing room. I mean, that's my stereotypical view of what it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably like that.
Yeah.
And they stay up and sleep during the day.
Yeah.
And then do it all over again.
Yeah. It was really just incredible. And the lighting, like every little detail of it, just.
Yeah. And you can't.
The lighting was a whole another actor. Like, incredible. Right. I've just never seen anything like it. It was so its own thing. It was so unique and special and so clearly a heart project from Cole, like just so uniquely them, and which is what made it so powerful and good, because you're like, how does like one mind, like you have to be so creative and funny and smart to produce such an amazing
right. The ending is the only ending it could have had, really. I mean, but it's like so unexpected.
Yeah, it was.
In retrospect, maybe not, but
no, it wasn't unexpected. But it was so good, just so good. That was a highlight.
I go just to watch the ending over.
Oh my god, I just want to watch it. I want to watch the desk scene over and over again. Oh my god, it was just so good. But then I think we pretty much went to sleep right after that.
We did leave the theater first.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you scared my dog. That was terrifying. Look at her. Now do you want to come up here? Come on. She's afraid of the tissue box.
Are you afraid of the tissue box?
Yeah, she has anxiety, just like her mama. Come on up. You want to sit with mama?
Come on, women.
Well, then the next day, what did we do?
Oh, so the next day we shot
our TikToks.
Yeah. And it was awesome. Alluded to before, I made her we tried to find the actual locations. Like we went to the exact hotel that my grandmother wrote her diary in 1926. We found it. It's now like a college dormitory, but it was still pretty fancy. I went inside. We went to the hotel where my sister failed to tell me that Jamie Lee Curtis was sitting next to her on the couch.
Yeah.
We went to the front of Rockefeller Center where
oh, yeah, that was fun.
Sexy picture taken many years ago.
Yeah.
With well, maybe. I don't know why I said that.
You can feel that way about yourself. Pretty sexy picture. I want you guys to go look at it now because it's like she looks beautiful, for sure. But I wouldn't look at it and be like, wow, this is a sexy picture.
Nor would I. I don't know what
word came out of my mouth. That's how you felt in that coat.
Yeah. And then the other one that we filmed was one day 40 years ago, whenever it was, I was in the lingerie section, actually, of
Bloomingdale's. God.
and I saw a man, he was probably in his 50s, and he had on one of those, trench coats?
Yeah.
He had a trench coat with a belt.
Floor length.
And somehow he had snagged like a bra and panties combo. It was hanging from his belt in his rear.
The picture is incredible. I'm actually thinking about scanning it to be a high-res image so I can make a poster out of it for my own house. But let me know if you guys comment, or let me know if you're interested in that being available in our little store. It's a very tiny store.
Get on it.
But I think that it is like, I'm a photographer, so I love the intersection of like humor and art, and I think that wasn't necessarily your intention when you took this photo.
No.
But you were such a storyteller, and you really, like, I just love the idea of being like, this is so funny, I can't not.
I carry it. Probably a disposable camera.
Yeah.
Either that or a 35 millimeter, but I think I carried a disposable camera. And so in order for it to come out inside, the flash would have had to go off. So, like, I'm following the guy, and I'm trying to reach for my camera, which people didn't take pictures like that.
Yeah.
Inside, like, a fancy store, you wouldn't just randomly take a picture.
No, I mean, I
carried cameras with them, except for me.
I do have to show you this picture I took. That it's not going on the internet or anything, but there was a very funny situation I witnessed recently in the parking lot of the mall that I sent it to me, and I had to stealth take this photo and pretend I was putting on a jacket. It was like 90 degrees.
So people watch out, because you never know who might be taking a picture.
It's true, but it's all what you do with it. Like, I just feel like I don't really necessarily. This is different. It's so long ago, and you can't see the man. It's
right.
It's the back of him. But I think I do have different feelings about being filmed in public, or like people taking your picture in public and posting it for the world to see.
Right.
But if you have consent, like when your mom says, "Well, I can read my diaries on the internet," well, that's fine. That's
a whole other subject.
Yeah. So the last leg of this trip,
I was on my last leg.
A couple of things happened. Yeah, well, first of all, our Uber to the airport cost $130.
Wow. It took an hour and 15 minutes.
Wild. Yeah, it I'm glad we left as early as we did. We get through security just fine. They were very helpful. It was great. There was a guy with a wheelchair immediately when we got there. And it was pretty smooth, and we get to our gate, and we're sitting there chatting, and I went and bought us snacks, and then this woman kind of saunters over to us, and I could tell she wanted to, like, talk to us, and I was just like, please don't.
We found out she was 60.
Well, we found out because
she had a pink suitcase.
You got any more details you like?
Sorry. It's your story. Go ahead.
I was proud of myself in this moment, because this woman, I am a people pleaser to my core, and I'm working on it, because it never serves anyone.
Right.
Being a people pleaser, to the extent that I am. This woman comes over and she's like, "Can you guys watch my suitcase while I go have a smoke?" I'm like, I immediately was like, absolutely not. And I was like, well,
no, you said I'm not comfortable with that.
I did? Okay, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't think I said that. I think I said no, absolutely not. I'm not comfortable with that.
No, I'm not comfortable with that. But anyway, she did make.
I definitely said absolutely not. I'll argue that to the day that I die.
You did not.
Oh my God.
But anyway, I was proud of you too.
And then she immediately goes, "Yeah, don't blame me. I probably would say no." Why'd you ask?
We then looked vulnerable.
She starts telling us her life story. This happens to us all the time, separately and together. She tells us story. And normally I love this. However, I was just so tired.
Right.
Like, it had been a long trip.
Yeah. And she like exceeded our 48 hour time limit.
Yeah. It just felt like she was like, woe is me a little bit. And she was like, my flight was canceled. And it's like, yeah, ours was too. I think everyone's had been, because it was weather related. And okay, so welcome back, Lemon. So anyways, we carry on, we get on our flight, we get home, everything's fine. We drive back to my camp, and on the way, because that's where we're staying that night, we're on this like it's actually like a scary road to drive in the day, but it's like in the night, it's super dark and super windy. And luckily I know the road pretty well because we've been going up there my whole life.
Got this. I didn't know where you were going.
And if you are an avid listener of the pod, you are going to be like, what? Another one? A freaking owl swoops down in front of my car. A white owl, like a snow owl. Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact kind. And I think I've clipped its wing with my car. I couldn't even believe it. This is the second time that's happened to me. And so my mom's like, you didn't. And I'm like, I have to turn around.
Yeah.
Because I just like could not live with myself if I had hurt an owl. And so we turned the car around and it wasn't there. But my God, are they trying to take me to Hogwarts? It was wild. That's the second time that's happened to me.
That's so weird. And I saw it. It was...
Yeah, it was...
It's almost like a ghost or
It
something.
did. Yeah, it was like the ghost of an owl.
Yeah.
But it was like a very white owl. It was just kind of, we're in a daze. We're just trying to get back so we could go to sleep. And maybe 5 minutes from camp. Like, we were very close to my camp. And anyways, that was the end of the trip. And
that happened to me yesterday. I was walking down.
An owl?
I was walking down at the waterfront.
Yeah.
And a grasshopper smashed into my nose, like with fun. And I did the same thing you did.
Very similar.
I turned around
to see if it was okay.
To see if it really was a grasshopper so that it would be a tellable story. But I really can't swear it was a grasshopper, but it was some big something that came right at my face and went, sad.
What does it mean? What does it mean? That's what my coworker told me, that because I asked her about it. She's very spiritual and knows about these things, but she was very intrigued by the first story because it happened at a crossroads. And she said seeing an owl at a crossroads is like your life's about to change in a lot of ways. And it was. I ended up moving. I broke up with my boyfriend. And
did you ask her what seeing a grasshopper?
Yes.
On a rocky walk means after you've already ended up at the emergency room from your previous rocky walk?
Do you want me to send that audio clip to her? Just like that?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to.
No sense.
Yeah, what if she says, like, death is upon?
I'll accept it.
Wouldn't it be really sad if it was me? Specifically?
We're talking too much about death the last couple episodes, aren't we? Episodes.
Death is on my mind. Sorry. Halloween's upon us.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, God, we got 2 months.
2 months?
It was just the 31st. Oh, she's gonna count them. It was just the 31st.
31st.
Yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. I know. Okay.
I had a boyfriend born on Halloween.
What was his name?
It was spooky.
Freddy Krueger. His name was Spooky. I actually would believe you because you have dated the most ridiculously named men.
Name?
Helen?
What's this?
Here's the other one. They're like, she read me a whole
Wabbit. I didn't date Wabbit. I would have liked to have dated Wabbit. Oh. But he didn't want to ask me out because I had dated Helmet. And Helmet had a brother. Now, what the heck was his name? He came to my room and we wrote poetry together. Like in the dorm.
Whoa!
Oh, what was his name? Oh, can't think of it. Here we go again. What other names? I had normal names of boyfriends.
I know you did, but
Barry, Tom.
Name them all right now.
Jerry.
Those are those are you.
Bob again. Oh, probably there were 3 Bobs.
Well, my dad married 2 Lyns, so
Oh, that's true.
yeah. Well, where do we go from
I
here?
don't know. We didn't get a title during this episode.
We'll listen back, see if maybe
Do we have to listen?
maybe it will just be New York, or New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary. Oh, New York. Give it thumbs up.
She said, "Oh, Mary," and it gave a thumbs down.
No, well, that's how you're wrong. That's so wrong of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't believe in that.
Now we're going to do our next favorite thing, which is to see what clips and summaries AI produces of our podcast.
Yeah. And they're usually pretty terrible.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, actually, sorry this is late, but well, hope you're still watching and tell your friends because
We want more watchers.
yeah, this is fun for us, but I am gonna need to make some not to I don't you can just send me money if you want to. Wait, I'm not done. What were they? The rich cousins?
They're the benefactors.
The benefactors. So if the benefactors do want to send you,
Keniston. Kenniston. If you're a Keniston, you might have been related to my grandmother's benefactor.
yeah, and if you'd like to invest in this podcast, we could have a better. We could maybe get my mom off of a husband pillow. The blanket covers our legs. But thank you to Dead Gowns for our intro song, and thank you to me for editing. And
Thank you to me for appearing. Because without me,
there'd be
it
nothing.
wouldn't be a project.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Clod.
Okay, that's enough. Bye.